Hello everyone, this is Lalita Singh and you are going to study science with me in class 8. Today we are discussing our 16th chapter of science, that is called light. This is our very first video on this topic. You can see in this chapter we will study about light as a form of energy, then reflection of light, law of reflection, for image formation by plane mirror, multiple reflection, the color of sunlight, the human eye, defect of vision, and about visually challenged people. Okay, so let's start the chapter. You can see this very beautiful scenery over here. This actually show the presence of a rainbow, a house with a green surrounding, flowers of many type. Okay, but do you think why they are visible for us, where the rainbow has come from? So all these questions will be answered in the chapter. Okay, we see the beautiful world around us through our eyes. Okay, the sense of vision is given to our eyes with the help of light. Our vision let us know about the size, shape, color and distance and the states of motion of various objects. Okay, our eyes can perceive the distance of the object, they can see the color of the object, they can judge the distance of the object. We know that an object become visible only when we are in presence of light, because in dark room we are not able to see. During night time when you enter in a dark room, you need to switch on light so that you can see the objects which are kept into that room. So have you ever think about why in presence of light we are able to see the object? Because from the source of light, light is falling on every object. After falling down on the object, the light get reflected from the object and fall on our eyes. After that, the sensation has been brought to the brain by sensory nerves, and our brain decode these impulses and understand them and make us aware of our surrounding. So to see an object, what do we need? We need presence of the object first. If the object is not present, then we will not able to see them. If Okay, and the second thing is presence of light. If light is not present, then light will not fall on the object, neither they will get reflected back to the eyes. Okay, and third thing that is needed is a healthy eye to perceive those light. Okay, if eyes are not healthy, they are not able to the reflected light rays, obviously we will not able to see. Understood? We can see this beautiful sceneries because the light is falling on this scenery and they are getting reflected back to your eyes, and your sensory nerve bring the signals to your brain understand it and let you feel the presence of substances. Clear? Now next is characteristic of light. Light is a form of energy. This has been studying by us for at least many of the classes we have studied about it, that light is also a form of energy which is not be created neither be destroyed, it only changes form from one to another. Light is only just a form of energy. The other form like heat energy, like mechanical energy, like electrical energy, okay, these are all other form of energy. Even sound is a kind of energy. Understood? So light is only a form of energy. The second is light is one of the fastest traveling form of energy. It travel with a speed of 3 lakh kilometer per second in vacuum and almost with the same speed in air. Means light can travel 3 lakh kilometer 3 lakh kilometer in just blink of eyes, that is in 1 second. Okay, understood? Light can travel 3 lakh kilometers in just a blink of eyes. Imagine the speed of light. Okay, the speed of light is similar in air. Light speed is 3 lakh kilometer per second, and it move in the air with the same speed as well. Okay, the third quality or characteristic of light is light do not need a medium to travel. Like sound waves need a medium to travel from, it need at least a solid, liquid, gas, anything to travel. But light does not require any medium to travel. That is why even from the space, from sun, light is reaching to us every morning. Okay, every morning we receive sunlight because light can even travel in vacuum. Vacuum means where there is no medium present. Understood? Now, next point is light travel in straight line. Light always travel in straight line. This you can feel through the window during a sunny day when the light rays are falling from the windows, or you can even use a straight pipe to see the object. You will able to know that that you can see the object which is kept in front of the straight pipe, but if you will bend the pipe, you will not be able to see the object because light always travel in straight line. Next is no object are visible in the absence of light. Of course, if the object is kept nearby you, okay, and if there is no source of light, you can touch the object, but you will never be able to see the object. In absence of light, everything will appear as black. Okay, everything will appear as black. You can feel the object, but you cannot see the object in the absence of light. Next is light as it comes from the sun consists of 7 different colors, namely violet, indigo, blue, yellow, orange and red. The sequence of this color band is known as Bibjor. Okay, it is a term which let you help to remember the sequence of the light as well. For example, V is indicating violet, I is indicating indigo, B is indicating blue, G is indicating green, Y yellow, O orange and R red. Okay, so we can remember the sequence of color present in light in by terms Vibgyor. Okay, and this Vibgyor appear during the formation of a rainbow. Clear class? When light fall on an opaque object, it get reflected back. Okay, object has been described by us in 3 types. One was opaque object, second was translucent object, and third was transparent object. So when the light is falling on an opaque object, we are not able to see the object which is kept behind the opaque object. Why? Because all the light which is falling on the opaque object is getting reflected back on our eyes. Nothing can pass through it. But if we take a transparent object, obviously the light will pass through it. A translucent object, some of the light get passed through it and some of the light will get reflected back to our eyes. So only the opaque object is the one on which if light is falling, some of the light will be get absorbed by the surface and rest of them will be getting reflected back. None of the rays will pass through an opaque object. Clear? When light travel from one medium to another, the light get changed, the speed of light get changed. Okay, for example, when light is passed from air to water, its speed become a little bit slow, and this phenomena is called refraction of light. Okay, when the light is moving from a lighter medium to a denser medium, the speed of light get slowed down, and this phenomena is known as refraction of light. Next is illuminated and luminous object. Okay, first we will define about illuminated object. The object which shine by reflecting the light falling on them is called illuminated object. Means the glittering diamond is not a luminous object. They are illuminated object. Why? Because it is reflecting the light rays which is falling on them, and in the area where there is no light, the diamond will never spark. The moon is an illuminated object. Why? Because moon shine because of the falling sun rays on there. Okay, so what is the meaning over here about illuminated object? When something shine by reflecting the light rays which is falling on them, it is called illuminated object. Whereas what is luminous object? Luminous object are those which are having their own light to produce and to shine, is called luminous object. The difference is quite clear over here. Illuminated object do not have their own light, whereas luminous object do have their own light. For example, bulb glow because it is producing light. Okay, fireflies glow because they are producing light. So both of them are luminous object. Clear? Sun, star, candle, these are all the example of luminous object, whereas shiny jewelries, shiny diamond, okay, these are what? These are illuminated object. Even the moon is illuminated object. Now next is reflection of light. We have talked about reflection of light. When the light is falling on an object, it get reflected back. But what is reflection of light? How does the light get reflected? Okay, you comb your hair by looking in the mirror. You will see that you, in your image, when you are combing with the right hand, it will appear like you are combing with your left hand. The image is formed when the light after falling on the smooth surface of the mirrors bounce back and enter your eyes. Okay, initially from the light source, light has been fallen down in your body, and after getting reflected, it hit the mirror. Okay, and again it get reflected back from the mirror. Because mirror is a very smooth and shiny surface, it does not absorb the light, but it let the light getting reflected back. And when this reflected light will fall on your eyes, you will see your image. Clear? Image can only be perceived when the light from the light sources, the light has been fallen down on your body, then it has been reflected from your body to the mirror, and then again they get reflected back to fall on your eyes, then only you can see the image. Okay, this bouncing back of light in the same medium is called a reflection. Okay, the bouncing back of the light from the mirror to your eyes is called a reflection. Okay, reflection can be defined as when a ray of light fall on a surface, a part of it get returned back into the same medium. And you can see over here. Okay, the ray of light is falling on the smooth surface, and then it is returning back into the same medium. You can see the arrow direction to know the direction of light ray. Okay, this is called reflection, a reflection of light. Okay, so what are the laws of reflection? Are there any law for defining how the light should be reflected? Yes, there is. Okay, when the light is falling on a plain smooth surface, okay, like a mirror, this blue line is indicating the presence of a mirror, whereas these red lines are indicating the incident ray, means ray of light which is falling on the smooth surface, and reflected ray, that means the ray of light which is returning back into the same medium. So we will discuss about laws of reflection. Okay, so what are the laws which has been followed by the light while they move? Okay, first law is, okay, when a ray of light fall on a plain smooth surface, it is reflected in the same medium in such a way that angle of incident is equal to angle of reflection. To understand what is angle of incident, see over here in the diagram. Okay, this is the incident ray. Incident ray means what? A ray of light which is falling on the surface. This is reflected ray, the ray of light which is reflected back into the same medium, and this is the normal. Normal means perpendicular light which is present at the O, means point of incident. This is the point of incident where the light rays hit on the mirror Okay, it is called point of incident and it is indicated as O, and the dotted line which is representing over here, which is perpendicular to the mirror and it starts from point of incident, is named as normal. Okay, is named as normal. So what is angle of incident? The angle formed between the incident ray and normal, you can see sorry, the angle formed between the incident ray and normal, it is known as angle of incident. Understood? The angle formed between the incident ray and normal is known as angle of incident, whereas the angle formed between the reflected ray and normal is known as angle of reflection. Okay, the angle formed between normal and ray of reflection is known as angle of reflection. The angle of reflection is indicated by small r, whereas angle of incident is represented by small I. Clear? So the first law is, when ray of light hit a plain smooth surface, it returned back into the medium in such a way that angle of incident is equal to angle of reflection. Understood? Angle I is equal to angle R. Understood? Now second law, the incident ray, reflected ray and normal lies in the same plane. You can see incident ray is present over here, reflected ray is also present in the same plane, and normal is also present in the same plane. This is the second law of reflection. Okay, what is this? The incident ray, normal and a reflected ray all are present in the same plane. Okay, when a ray of light fall on a smooth surface, it returned back into the same medium in this way as it is shown in the figure 16.1. Okay, next is have a description of this. OA is representing the incident ray. Okay, OB is representing the reflected ray. ON is representing the normal. Okay, OA is a ray falling on the smooth surface. XY is the mirror over here. It is known as incident ray. Understood? And OB is known as reflected ray. OB is the ray which is coming back from the mirror. Okay, O is point of incident, ON is normal angle, AON is angle of incident, whereas angle BON is angle of reflection. Angle of incident is always denoted by I, angle of reflection is denoted by angle R. Understood? The next is activity number 1. To perform the activity number 1, that is to verify the law of reflection, we need a protractor, scale, pencil, pens and A4 size paper along with a drawing board. Okay, we will put a line on the side of the paper to put the mirror over there. Okay, this is the line which is drawn over here, is named as MN. Understood? MN. Okay, now in this line we will later on place a mirror. Okay, next is we are drawing a perpendicular line which is passing through MN at a point O. Okay, we have draw a irregular line over here which is passing through the O, which is O point is present in between M and N. You can see clearly it is present in between M and N. Okay, now with the help of protractor we are taking a particular angle which will act as a incident ray. Okay, which will act as incident ray on, obviously the angle which is formed between incident ray and normal is known as angle of incident. So we are choosing the angle of incident by doing this. Okay class, now after marking the area, after marking the angle, we will just attach the mark position over here with O position over here. Okay, marked position is now getting attached with the O position, and now in this way we have draw a line which is passing through the O. Okay, Now we will attach two pins accordingly on the line which is drawn over here. Randomly you can choose any place to attach these two pins on this drawn line. Okay, so we have attached the two pins. You can see the image over here in the mirror after we have placed the mirror in front of the on the line of MN. Okay, we have placed the mirror on MN and you can see clearly the image of pink and green pins over here. They are appear to having, okay, in two lines, but when we will move the camera a little bit, you can see now they are getting closer and closer, and now over here you can see both of the reflection are can be seen in a one line, means both of the pin which were present separately over here, now their images are overlapping each other. You cannot see the second pin because of the presence of first pin. They are both completely overlapping each other. Now in the same line where you can see the straight both of the pin in a straight line, we will attach the third pin, and of course after attaching the third pin you will attach the fourth pin as well. You will attach the fourth pin which is also in pink and green in color. Understood? So the fourth pin is attached over here which was in straight line with the reflection of the first two pins. Okay, which were in straight line with the reflection of first two pin. Now you can see the four pins are the reflection of four pins are clearly visible over here. Two pins reflection and these two pins which is attached over here. Okay, you can move the camera a little bit to have these four pins in a straight line. You can see these two pins are outside, whereas these two pins are inside the mirror. The reflection of these two pins are inside the mirror. Okay, now in this way all the four pins are attached. Clear class? You can see in this way first pin, second pin, third pin and fourth pin, they are attached like this. Now what we have to do is next is we will pull the pin out and we will put a round on the place where the pin has been attached like this. You can see we have put a round with the hole made by pin, and we are putting the second round over here in the place of third pin. Okay, now these two points has been clearly marked with the help of scale. Okay, we will draw this line as well. With the help of scale we will draw this line, and now it is behaving as a reflecting ray. The second line which is drawn over here from O to Q. Okay, this is acting as reflecting ray or reflected ray. So the angle which is formed from normal to reflected ray will be known as angle of reflection. Okay, now we will measure this angle with the help of protractor. You will be surprised to know that both of the angle are of same degree. Okay, firstly we have taken 60-degree angle, and now it is also, you can see it is also of 60-degree angle. Clear? So in this way we can say that law of reflection has been proven. Incident ray, reflected ray and normal are lying in the same plane, and the angle of incident is equal to angle of reflection, that is both of them are what? 60-degree. Understand class? This is how we prove that law of reflection by using a mirror. Next topic is regular and irregular reflection. I am sure you have noticed the difference between the image formed by a new utensils and an old one. We know that some of the surfaces have smooth surfaces, some very smooth, while some of the surfaces are having rough surfaces. Okay, independent of the nature of the surface, all the opaque object like book, like box, like wall, okay, these all surfaces reflect the light that is falling on them. But of course the nature of the surface affect the direction of reflection. Okay, in which direction the reflection will take place, it depends upon the nature of the surface. When a beam of parallel light fall on a very smooth surface, the light which is reflected through it will move again in the same medium in a straight line. This type of reflection, when formed, it is known as regular reflection. For example, a mirror is a best example of very smooth surface causing regular reflection. Means you can see the light ray, the incident ray, when fall on the surface that is very smooth, what will happen? All the rays will return into the same medium in parallel light. Okay, parallel beam of light. Okay, you can see the parallel beam is falling on the surface and they are returning in the parallel way as well. In this way a regular image is formed. Okay, then what about irregular reflection? When a beam of parallel ray fall on a rough surface or an uneven surface like this, what will happen? Every light ray will move based on the surface nature. It means if the surface is irregular, it will move in different direction. Means when a parallel beam of light is falling on the uneven surface, each of them are getting reflected back into different direction. Okay, this type of image when formed, it will be irregular or diffuse. It means it will be blurred. That is why the utensils which is old one, okay, they have many irregular pattern drawn over it due to the friction caused by the surface on which they have been kept. Means the surface of that utensils have become rough, and because of this the image which is formed by the old utensils are not regular but it is irregular. Understood? Now why it happens? It is these light rays are also following the law of reflection. Just see over here, every surface over here in, okay, having a normal in different direction, because normal is always perpendicular to the surface. Okay, so every surface is having normal in different directions, so the light rays are simply following the law of reflection. In this way they are getting reflected in different direction because of the different location of normal. Understood? See over here, this picture is showing incident ray, reflected ray and the position of normal. For incident ray A, you can see incident ray A, the reflected ray is A dash. Okay, and they are having normal which is perpendicular to the point of the surface where it is getting reflected. Over here you can see the incident ray B as well, which is reflected by an irregular surface, and normal for that one is indicated over here like this, and reflected ray should be B dash. Means incident ray and reflected ray both are forming the same angle with normal. That is what the law of reflection state. Understood? Now you can see the incident ray C, okay, and incident ray C is having what? You can see the normal for incident ray is in different direction. That is why the reflected ray C has been colloid with the irregularity of the surface, and they again get reflected back into another direction, C dash. Understood? In this way the rough surface reflect the light rays in different direction depending upon the location of normal. In whichever direction the normal will be, according to that the reflected will be emerged out. Understand? Regular and irregular reflection have practical significance in day-to-day life. We are able to see things comfortably because of irregular reflection. Otherwise regular reflection create glare and we cannot see the things clearly and comfortably. Wooden furniture, wall, curtain, etc. provide an irregular surface to form irregular reflection, so it is easy to see them. Whereas if there is a very shiny and bright substance, okay, means they are reflecting the light rays, okay, properly, so it will be very difficult for eye to adjust according to the reflected ray. It will harm the eyes. Okay, so we see the things due to irregular surface and irregular reflection. Okay, understood class? Now, so this is all for today. In next video we will talk about image formation by plane mirror. Until then, have a nice day everyone.